Welcome back to the channel, ladies and gentlemen. Today we are playing Ethnoguessr, potentially the most cancelable game I could play, but I think it'll be fun nonetheless. It really fits the geography theme we have going on. And yeah, as always, if you are interested in playing along, the link is in the description, but I do believe they update this game daily, so you might not be able to play this exact round. Regardless, I've played a couple in the past, and it's a fun, interesting game, so let's jump right in. Right off the bat, we see dark complexion, prominent features. The brow's not super deep, the nose isn't super wide. I'm thinking North African. I'm thinking not so north that it's like Mediterranean, but also not so far south that it's like Zambia, Malawi, nothing down there. I also don't think we're particularly far east. No Somalia, no Ethiopia. Mauritania could be a shout, so could Mali. Southern Algeria. I'm liking Mali right now. I'm thinking Mali, Burkina Faso, maybe. But I don't want to go too far west here. I'm trying to hedge my bet. So, from what I remember about this game, they give very broad areas to guess in. But I'm liking Eastern Mali. And we're in the soft red region. And this website loads a lot of ads, so what I'm going to do is not focus on this a lot, but if you want to read it, you can pause it. And anyways, let's jump into the next round here. There we go. Sometimes it takes a second for these to load. Alright, so right off the bat, I'm thinking India. The man has a very prominent mustache. I wish mine was that nice. See, the thing is, I don't know about subgroups, and I know India has a lot of subgroups. My first guess is they have fairly light skin, so it would be somewhere towards the north. I don't know if that's true, but yet again, I'm just going to hedge my guess here in kind of north central India and see how lucky I am. Okay, so I was fairly far away, but I was in India. Apparently, they're also in these little islands down here towards the Maldives. Okay, so my first guess here was Russian, but the more I look at it, they kind of look Native American, like Native Alaskan. I'm not 100% sold on that. And the more I think about it, Native Alaskans often look like Native Mexicans, not like Mexicans, but like their version of Indians. I don't know. Their version of First Nations. It is what it is. Um, but then again, he kind of reminds me of Genghis Khan. I feel like the men, to me, show more features and details. I don't know. That's probably because most of the media I watch is men sports stars, male actors. So that's really what I have to go on. I'm kind of liking Mongolia here. The Eurasian steppe, maybe? Oh, I have no idea here. I don't want to spend too long focusing on any one group, but right off the rip, I have it narrowed down to either Mongolia or Alaska. I'm going to hedge my bets with Mongolia, I think. But I like more Russian Mongolian, so I'm going to go Northern Mongolia. It's not putting a pin down. This website isn't loving my computer for some reason, but let's see. Okay, it did take my pin, it's just not showing it. Of course, it shows up when I say that. But Northern Finland and Russia. I wonder if this was associated with Sami, formerly Laps. So yeah, that's the far north natives. Interesting. I didn't know they expanded that far. I don't know. I don't know what I'm talking about, guys. I'm just here for the video. Alright, so we have another one that I'm guessing is African, but the features here look a little more. They have slightly deeper set brows and eyes, slightly wider noses, full lips. It looks like the head and the hair here varies a lot. Right off the bat, I'm still not thinking Somalia, Ethiopia, Sudan. That's what I associate with darker skin. This is more mild, so I'm thinking either far north, but they don't look very Mediterranean to me. Ghana could be a good shout. I'm thinking Angola, Zambia. I watched a YouTube video, I think it was Fearless and Far, and he was in either Angola or Namibia, and they looked pretty similar. Botswana. I'm liking the southern area here. I feel like Madagascar's a no. I'm liking Zambia, Zimbabwe. I feel like it's very central, and as you guys can tell, I'm trying to kind of hedge my bets here. So, we were fairly close. I mean, this is Eswatini, Lesotho, South Africa, down to Durban. Yeah, fair enough. We were in the right area, and they were in Madagascar. Interesting. I don't know what I'm going to do with that information, but it's interesting. All right, next, I'm immediately thinking Russian again. But I also like the Caucasus here. I'm liking Georgia. I'm liking potentially Armenia. I went to school with a couple Armenians. They look fairly similar. She looks really. I mean, she has blue eyes, pale skin, brown hair. That could even be Turkish, but with the blue eyes, I'm definitely leaning towards the Caucasus region. Yeah, I'm just guessing right in the middle of them, and if I'm right, which I'm not, they are Chinese? What? India? China? So I know historically this hasn't always been China. I guess Tibet, maybe? Wow, okay. I had no idea there was fair-skinned, blue-eyed people in northern India and Pakistan. Wow, I gotta do some reading about that as well. Alright, for round 6 here, my immediate reaction is Samoan. That guy looks like he could rip me in half. I feel like I should follow my gut here, but at the same time, it's such a small island out in the middle of nowhere. If I'm wrong here, I'm very wrong. The safe bet would be to go with Australia, but they don't really, from my experience at least, Aboriginals in Australia are much darker. It could be New Zealand. It could be the Maori, potentially Papua New Guinea. I mean, I don't know what the skin tones are there, but these are definitely giving me Pacific Islander vibes, and I'm gonna stick with Samoa. So we have a horrible score here, 260, because we were far away. But I don't hate this guess. This is Micronesia. So I'm assuming these are the islands of Micronesia. And I mean, I don't think anyone would actually ever click those and know that. So the fact that it was some kind of Pacific island is good enough for me, and I'm going to take that as a win. Right off the bat, Alaska. Native Alaskans. I mean, that guy even looks like in the picture he could have some kind of sealskin parka on or something. I don't know if I specified, but these pictures up here are not of real people. It's a kind of amalgamation of hundreds, if not thousands, of pictures of a specific ethnic group. So I'm going Alaska right away. I know that there's a lot of desolate areas here, and I know that the natives tended to congregate near the water and near land or near inland rivers. I'm liking right through here. I don't feel like they're far north, or I think they would be a little paler. So yeah. And yet again, I was wrong. Californians. I didn't even know that there was Native Americans in California. So yeah, another thing to write down in the notebook, I guess. All right, here we go. Round 8. And this one is theming to me for the first time to be slightly more tribal. But this is also where I have a little bit of trouble differentiating Africa and potentially Australia. Although their skin tone is a little pale, in my opinion, for Australia. So I am going to try Africa here. And I'm leaning towards Ethiopia right off the rip. We have very curly hair, but the lips and noses are not too full or wide. The eyes aren't particularly deep set. I'm thinking Ethiopia, potentially near the water. Although, now that I think about it, these people could be from Brazil. They could be Amazonian tribe people. I don't know if that's a good guess or not. This game is surprisingly stressful. Ethiopia or Brazil? That's not a matchup I ever thought I'd be describing. You know, they also, now that I think about it, could be like Cambodian. I gotta follow my gut here. I feel wrong, but Ethiopia. And I should have went with Cambodia. So what had made me think that, I don't know if it'll let me pull their picture back up. It will. But I remember watching a documentary about this group that wears rings on their neck and stretches their neck. And while they don't look like those people in that documentary, something about it just gave me that region vibes. It looks like, I don't know. I'll put a picture of what I'm talking about up here so I don't sound like a complete moron. All right, we got 2 more rounds here. Okay, this is interesting. Potentially India again. But I'm thinking this is more Middle Eastern. I'm liking Pakistan, Iran for this, closer in this area. Even potentially Afghanistan, Peshawar, Kabul region. I'm just going to hedge safe and go central Pakistan. Yet again, I was wrong. It was India. What I'm going to do for this last guess is whatever I think, I'm just going to guess the exact opposite. All right, come on here. First guess, Hispanic. Mexico. Mexico is jumping out at me. I feel like I'm getting led into a false sense of security here. I also think it's northern Mexico because of how pale the skin is. But at the same time, Peru and Bolivia could be a huge shout. She has a lot of, in my opinion, Peruvian features. I don't know what I'm talking about. I've never been to Peru. Let's go with Mexico. Finally, we got one perfect. My average for this was 1776. Great year. Hashtag American freedom. But yeah, that was absolutely abysmal on my end. I will not be sharing my score for that one. Anyways, if you guys want to see me do any of these games, go ahead and comment. Leave a comment about which one. And I'm more than happy to give it a shout, even if it makes me look like an idiot. But thanks for watching. I hope you guys like and subscribe, and please keep coming back for more.